Welcome back to another episode of Survival Minecraft, everyone. As you can see, things have changed slightly since the last time we were here, and I need to explain why. You see, I had the absolute genius idea of not only changing how I record these videos, but also how I edit them, and the reason for that was I figured this might be a good way to streamline the process, to make things easier, and to make it quicker for me to make them. However, as you can probably tell by the fact that it's been 3 weeks since the last video, that didn't quite go to plan. So we are back to doing it the old-fashioned way, but the problem with this, of course, is it's not as if I can undo all the changes that I made while I was trying out the new style. So what I'm gonna have to do is I'm gonna have to take you on a bit of a tour and explain what's been happening. The best place to start in any story is always at the beginning, so let's go ahead and do that. You might remember at the end of the last episode I said that there was something else I was going to do underground, because building the sugarcane and kelp farms kind of gave me a bit of inspiration, and so this is that thing. This is an underground mob farm, believe it or not. Usually these things are built way up in the sky, because that's just the easier way of doing it, but today, or rather whenever I built this, I decided, you know what, let's just get crazy and build an underground one. So that's what I did. And in case you're wondering where the spawning platform is for this underground mob farm, it's right over here. It's this suspiciously square piece of grassland, not too far from my house. And the reason why I figured this would work is because, do you remember that absolutely gigantic cavern that I found underneath my house? I lit up the whole thing, or at least as much of it as I could find. It took me about 500 or so torches in roughly 2 hours or so, which is kind of crazy when you think about it, because in those 2 hours I could have just built a regular mob farm way up in the sky and avoided this entire situation, but here we are. Sometimes in Minecraft you just have to try new things. So my initial idea for this was to have the mob farm send the mobs up a bubble column of water, like this, and then trap them at the top, so that I could create drowned zombies in order to get myself some free copper. That was the intention. However, when I first built that, and the chamber was down here under my house, I had the problem of there not being anywhere to actually collect the loot. The mobs would come up here, they get trapped at this point, I'd kill them, and then all of the loot would just kind of float on the top of the water because, well, bubble column. There was also the problem that initially I built the chamber right next to my house. That is the remnants of the first attempt, so that's way too close. That had to then move backwards. That took a little bit to do. I could, of course, just keep jumping up on top of the bubble column area to pick up the loot, but that kind of felt slightly suboptimal. So yeah, I kind of changed things. My next plan was to then do kind of the same thing, but instead of leaving everything in a bubble column, use water to then push everything down into a second column, but this time pulling them down with magma blocks. Now, I was kind of hoping that the zombies would turn before the magma blocks killed them. However, for that to happen, I'm going to have to make a much longer descent here, because yeah, everything dies really quickly, which is great because it means I can get an automatic system set up like this, and this is a functioning mob farm. It's not as quick as a regular mob farm, but for what it is, for a test run, I'm absolutely okay with this. I need to tweak it as time goes on to make it more efficient, but that works. It's perfectly serviceable for the now. However, once I finished building this, it was at that point that I kind of decided to myself, as much as I like this as a passive mob farm, and it does generate loot for me, I would like a more traditional mob farm, because that would be fantastic to use for experience purposes. If I ever need to suddenly repair a bunch of my gear, I'd like somewhere that I can go that I can just do that. Not to mention, a great place to get zombie flesh so I can give to the cleric. I think that would be fantastic. So, I decided to do the standard thing of just putting a mob farm over an ocean. Something we've all done, something that is very relatable. I rode out here on the ocean. I went in this direction, not very far, you're going to see it in a second. And on my journey over here, I discovered under the water, hello mob farm, under the water, you can see it from this distance. I'm going to stop here so I don't start getting shot at. An ocean monument. And as soon as I saw this, the building part of my brain went, hey, wouldn't it be fantastic if you built the mob farm above the ocean monument? And then later on, once you redesigned the ocean monument, you could incorporate it into that build somehow. And I agreed with myself because I'm silly. So I started making the mob farm above the ocean monument, which was a pain for two reasons, and they're going to be really obvious. You probably already thought of them, but I just ignored them at the time. Because of the Elder Guardians within the Ocean Monument, if I made any mistakes building this, correcting those mistakes was a nightmare. Because of the mining speed debuff that they give you, it takes forever to break even cobblestone blocks. With an, what was it, efficiency? Oh, I don't even have efficiency, that's even worse. With pickaxes, it just takes forever. So that kind of stalled that project, unless I was able to just perfectly build the entire thing without any issues. Spoiler alert, no, I made mistakes and they need to be fixed, which, yeah, Elder Guardians currently say no to that. The second problem is because of the ferocity of the regular guardians that spawn along the outside, trying to climb that ladder to get back up there is very difficult. It's not impossible. Not impossible. But it is very tricky to do. So, that entire project currently is kind of on hold because it's too much effort to do right now, mainly because I can do nothing about it. So, once I realized this, my brain then went, how do we combat this problem? How do we fix this? Obviously, I have to take care of the Elder Guardians first, which means a lot of underwater fighting. Let's head to the Nether, because then I can find a Nether fortress, find some Nether warts, and then I can begin making potions to help me breathe underwater, health regeneration, strength potions, that kind of thing. I can start doing alchemy to make myself stronger for clearing out the ocean monument. So that's what I did. I went to the Nether. Fortunately, or unfortunately, depending on your point of view, the last time I came here, I spent a decent chunk of time exploring all of the directions from the portal that didn't lead over the lava lake. Which meant that now, that was the only way left to go. And coming back over here now reminds me that at some point in the future, I'm going to have to spawn-proof this because I am incredibly nervous about running over a lava lake, even though I do have the villagers necessary to replace all of my gear. It's still nerve-wracking. You know, if this was a hardcore world, yeah, I would have already fixed that. You can be damn sure of that. But anyway, I managed to complete this perilous journey through the Nether, and I managed to find myself a Nether fortress. I'm not going to go back in there because there's honestly 0 point, but just proving that I did in fact see one, that's where I got my Nether wart. And I kind of figured while I was there, it would be a good opportunity to also get some blaze rods, because let's be honest, I need those too. I need them to make Eyes of Ender to help me find the, what are they called? Stronghold, that's right. I need them to find the stronghold so I can go and fight the dragon. So I got a decent number of them. I got more than I actually needed, if I'm being honest. I think I got about 15, 16 blaze rods. Because I knew I wanted to make another brewing stand that I could put in my house. So I wouldn't have to keep going to the church all the time. So I should have enough in order to make what I need there to make my brewing stand, and also craft the Eyes of Ender. See, this is why I have to spawn these bridges. It's gonna get me killed. So I did all of that. I came to the nether, I found a fortress, I got my nether wart, I got my blaze rods, and I went back to the overworld. And when I came back, I noticed something very strange about the village. I don't know when it happened. I don't even know how it happened. But I returned from the nether to find that I only had one villager left. Everybody else had died. So naturally I had to repopulate the village all over again. But as you can imagine, with one villager, that's kind of difficult. Fortunately, I knew where a second village was. So I made the journey to this nearby village, and with nothing more than the power of friendship and my entire arsenal of weapons, they graciously let me borrow one of their number so that I might repopulate my own village. They're just the kindest people ever. Because I brought the villager through the waterways to get back to my own village, I also made the discovery that nearby there is a desert temple and a desert village here. So that's going to be a good thing to come back to later on, because I'm having ideas for how to build that out too. And here we are at the end of our recap. I brought the villager back here, started repopulating the place, and while I was at it, figured it would be best if I just added a couple more job blocks here, so I had more ways to generate emeralds by selling things back to the villagers. Because let's be honest, dumping everything on the Fletcher, it took a bit the last time I had to do that. You know, just endlessly growing trees, waiting for him to reset so I could get my 8 emeralds or whatever it was. Yeah, that took a little bit of time. But now we have multiple ways to make emeralds, so that's not a problem. And now you're all caught up. That is everything that happened between the end of the last episode and now. Congratulations on surviving the lore dump. Now go get a snack and a drink. You deserve it. And now that we're done with the recap, I have 2 options for things that I can do for the second part of this video. Option number 1 is going to kill the Ender Dragon and grab myself some Elytra, because if I'm going to be finishing that mob farm over the Ocean Monument, the best way to avoid the guardians on the outside is to just be able to fly up onto the roof. Nice and simple. And option number 2 is brewing up some potions to go to the Ocean Monument and give the 3 Elder Guardians a bit of a smack, so that I don't get hit with the mining debuff on a constant basis. I will need to eventually do both of these things, because it's the only way that I'll be able to finish the mob farm that I've had to abandon. Unless, of course, I kill the Elder Guardians and then spend a ridiculous amount of time just emptying out the Ocean Monument of all the water. If there's no water, there's no Guardians to shoot me. Simple logic. However, I've done that before, and that takes an actual age to do, so although that is something that I will be doing far in the future, considering my main priority is just finishing that mob farm, we're going to focus on that for now. And what I'm thinking is, let me just grab some more ender pearls from you, my good man. I'm thinking what we do is we go and find where the dragon is and give it a bit of a smack. And the reason I'm doing that first is because next episode, I can then spend the entire thing on the water in one area, taking care of the Elder Guardians and fixing the mob farm in one fell swoop. That, and I still need to go back to the nether to get myself some gas tiers so I can make the regeneration potions. I mean, we're going to go ahead and say that it's forward thinking to do with videos and stuff, but in actuality, I don't fancy trying to go ghast farming just yet. And this is where our adventure begins. O Eye of Ender, show me the direction to the stronghold. Where is it? Over there. Alright, cool. You fell down there. Nice. Alright, let's go. This direction. I'm kind of wondering now if there's any chance at all that it's going to end up being underneath that desert temple that I saw earlier. Because that would be amazing. Unfortunately not. The temple is in that direction, and I'm heading here. I am 100% waiting for the sunrise before I continue on with this adventure. I can hear so many mobs underneath me, and I don't really want to make life difficult for myself. So, temporary treehouse. The sun is rising once again, so this adventure continues. Do I have much further to go? No, apparently. Is it down here? Is it right underneath me? Yeah, I think it's below us. I think we're here. How far down do you need to go to find the stronghold? It's not too deep, is it? It's not like deep slate levels of deepness. Oh. Moss? That's moss. Have I stumbled into a lush cave? I've stumbled into a lush cave. Okay, this was not on my list of things I'd expected. Oh. Oh, okay. I think we got it. We found it. We got it. We're here. We made it. Yeah, I spy. Perfect. Now, I just have to try and hope that I'm building into it and not out from it. Okay, we're good. We're good. We're here. Oh, we finally found it. Ah, we found an entrance. Okay, now the game begins of where is the portal room? And I love this game. We all love this game, don't we? I did not bring enough torches for this. I mean, I guess I could make some sticks. Burn the dark oak logs to make charcoal. Because I could use the crafting bench I have. Let me just come up here where it's light. I could use the crafting bench I brought with me to make a furnace. So, we'll do that. We'll make some emergency torches. Okay. Nope. Oh. Oh, hang on. Oh, there's a silverfish there. Is this? Got it! Found it, found it, found it, found it. Let me just take care of that real quick. Why are you still spawning? I took care of your spawner. What's wrong with you? Why are you breaking rules? Wait. I need to get a little bit closer. There we go. There we go. Oh, we finally did it. Let me just walk around and trigger any remaining silverfish that might be here. Turns out there isn't any. Alright, we're good. We're good. Okay, we need... What? This is the worst. I am so glad I brought some spare stuff with me. How many do I need? I need 11. What are the odds? Just so upsetting. Alright, well. This is why you bring spares, everybody. I think I'm as ready as I'm ever gonna be. This isn't hardcore, so if I die, I just come back and try again, but it's still gonna suck if I do. Oh good, I'm in a box. Oh, there's the dragon. Where am I? Okay, I'm on the edge. So, let's just put... if I do that... Then what I can do... Before I start getting shot at... Just so I know where it is. Alright, we're here. Ender Dragon time. Should be able to clock this one. And this one. Now this one. This one. Too high? Too low? 6 times the charm. You kidding me? Hey! That's not fair. And you know it. You know, at this point, I'm gonna have to start building upwards, I think. Which is slightly treacherous when you didn't bring a water bucket with you. I forgot how high up these are. Ugh. Alright, now, problem though. Oh god. Wait, I need to come down a bit more, don't I? Right. How does this work? I need to... not get hit. How does this work again? If I hit that, I'm gonna die, aren't I? I'm gonna get knocked off. Oh no, I forgot how this works. I should have done it a bit further away. Well, no guts, no glory, I guess. I don't want to do it. I don't want to do it. Oh crap. Well, I'm dead. Cookies and a dream, let's go! Okay, I managed to make it back here. I just need to figure out how to get back to the portal room because I didn't exactly leave myself a trail. Also, didn't I put a furnace here? Considering I don't have any torches at this point, this is going to be 100% luck-based. I can hear spiders and everything. Wait, what? Oh, did I fall down here last time? I must have come down from that way instead of this way. I can't remember. Anyway, I made it back. Trying to remember which... Oh, you know what? I can see the cobblestone from here. We're fine. We're in the right area. Please survive. Yes! Okay, all my stuff survived. We're good. Why can't I go up? Oh, that's why. Oh, this could benefit me, actually. That's how you do it. Can you tell I'm not a speedrunner? Okay, let me just do this. And then I can see from here... Do you think I can hit this one? Oh, that couldn't have been far off. Too low. Got it. So then it's just this one? Way too low. What a shot. One more. One more. Oh, okay, let's get out of here. Oh my god, that took a lot longer than expected. I mean, to be fair, I died once. But what I'm after is this thing. This is the real goal of killing the Ender Dragon. And the plan is, I'm going to be heading through here, looking for an Elytra. However, I'm going to do that off camera because, well, let's be honest, watching me spend half an hour searching through the end cities isn't exactly going to be exciting for you. And if you're wondering why I'm looking in this direction like this without moving my camera too much, is because I currently am looking at Endstone. And so if I stay here, it's nice and safe. I don't accidentally draw the eye of the Enderman. So that is where we are going to end this video for now. Sorry once again that it took 3 weeks to get this episode out, but like I said, I tried a different way of editing and recording. It didn't quite work, so we're gonna stick with this way. I'm used to this. I know how this way works. But I hope you've enjoyed this. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.